Operating are the starters in race number 1, the Atlantic Sire Stakes for 2-year-old pacing colts in the A division. They're going for a purse of $7,000. Number 1, Northern Mission, owned by Ed Worthen and David Adams, driven by Gary McDonald. Number 2, Southview Sabre, owned by Elwood Lawton, driven by Len McGuigan. Number 3, Black Magic, owned by Brian Dowie, driven by Rod Jameson. Number 4, Potosi Agricola, owned by Margaret Hurry and driven by Vince Poulton. Number 5, Island Ultra, owned by Elton Bustard and Charles Calhoun, driven by Steve Mahar. Number 6, Slightly Modified, owned by Glendon Smith, Gilles Barrio in the sulky. Take 2 scores, gentlemen. I'll tell you when to report to the starter. They're going for a purse of $7,000. We have Northern Mission with Gary McDonald, Southview Sabre with Len McGuigan, Black Magic with Rod Jameson, Potosi Agricola with Vince Poulton, Island Ultra with Steve Mahar, and Slightly Modified with Gilles Barrio. Gate is at the head of the stretch. Here they come. They're off, and as they leave the wire, Northern Mission drives for the top, racing for that first turn. Potosi Agricola moves along in 2. Island Ultra is in 3 with Southview Sabre moving now from 4. Slightly Modified is in 5 and Black Magic 6 as they straighten into the backstretch heading for the quarter with Northern Mission. Potosi Agricola is in 2, driving 3 on the outside goes Southview Sabre as they reach that first quarter with Northern Mission. They're by the quarter, 30-2. Southview Sabre now moves on to the top. Northern Mission is in 2. Potosi Agricola is in 3 with Island Ultra in 4. Slightly Modified is 5 and Black Magic sees them all off the 3/8 heading for the half. They race down the stretch for that first half with Southview Sabre showing the way. Northern Mission is in 2. Potosi Agricola is in 3. Island Ultra is 4. Black Magic and Slightly Modified by the half in 59-4. They race on for the 5/8. Southview Sabre with the lead. Northern Mission in 2. Potosi Agricola is in 3. Out from 4 goes Island Ultra racing on for that 3/4. Black Magic is in 5 and Slightly Modified is 6. They're by that 3/4 with Southview Sabre. 3/4 of 1:30. It's Southview Sabre. Northern Mission is 2. Potosi Agricola now out from 3. Island Ultra in 4. Black Magic is 5 and Slightly Modified. They swing for home. It's all Southview Sabre. Potosi Agricola up to be 2. Northern Mission 3. They come racing to the wire. At the wire, it's going to be Southview Sabre, Potosi Agricola, Northern Mission. Old Brown Gelding by Drop Off out of Power Fashion. Bred by Elwood Lawton. Owned by Elwood Lawton of Charlottetown. Driven to victory by Len McGuigan in a new lifetime mark of 2 minutes. Results of race number 1 now official. Number 1, Northern Mission was 3. Number 2, Southview Sabre, your race winner. Number 3, Black Magic was 4. Number 4, Potosi Agricola was 2. Number 5, Island Ultra was 5. Number 6, Slightly Modified was 6. From the top down reads 3-1-4, 2-5-6. There's quarter 30-2, the half 59-4, 3/4 in 1:30 with a mile in 2 minutes.
Trackside with Ray Kelly. Ray works for Elwood Lawton, the owner and trainer of this horse that we've just seen race in 2 minutes flat. Ray, you've got to be very pleased with the way that the horse responded today for driver Len McGuigan.
Yeah, he raced, well, you'd have to say he raced awesome today. Couldn't really ask any more of him. It's only a second lifetime start. He's got 2 wins. Yeah. We were kind of hoping for some cloud cover. Like, he hasn't seen a whole lot of shadows, and he's kind of an erratic bugger, and he's, but he raced pretty good.
He didn't look very erratic today at all.
He can be, trust me. He can be.
When Len moved him, he was seeming to go on past the rest of the field very easily and seemed to have lots in reserve. For a 2-year-old to go in 2 minutes today, it was an outstanding performance.
Yeah, as you noticed, his ears are plugged, and the plugs were still in at the end of the mile, and he can go a lot more if the plugs come out.
Next for him, Old Home Week in Charlottetown?
Old Home Week, and we're not going to race him a whole lot. We might race him 6 or 7 times and save him for next year.
Congratulations on today's performance, and good luck in Charlottetown.
All right, thanks a lot.
That's Ray Kelly. He works for Elwood Lawton, the owner and trainer of Southview Sabre, winning for Len McGuigan in 2 minutes flat over Fredericton Raceway today, the first of 12 this afternoon, with the Atlantic Sire Stakes featured for the 2-year-old pacing colts and fillies.
We have Swift Storm with Mark Grant, Island Sonnet with Tim Merzetti, Dynamite Treasure with Todd Trites, Shrewd Businessman with Gordy Hennessy, Priceless Eagle with Mike Campbell, Alan C. Down with Gilles Berriot, Dusty Davy with David Baldwin, and Lonesome Monster with Steve Mahar. Gate is at the head of the stretch, and here they come. They're off, and as they leave the wire, Swift Storm down along the rail, racing for that first turn up between horses. Island Sonnet 3 wide. Racing into the turn goes Dynamite Treasure. Shrewd Businessman moves along in 4. Lonesome Monster is 5. Dusty Davy in 6. Priceless Eagle is 7. Alan C. Down 8, racing on for that first quarter. It's Island Sonnet with that lead. Dynamite Treasure up 2 on the outside. Swift Storm in 3. There by the first quarter, 29 seconds into the barn turn. First time round, there's a battle up front. Dynamite Treasure on the outside. Island Sonnet in along the rail. Swift Storm sitting in the garden spot in 3. Shrewd Businessman now out from 4. Lonesome Monster is in 5. Dusty Davy, Priceless Eagle, and Alan C. Down. They come racing to that first half.
7, 5, 6.
Shrewd Businessman now drives up and challenges for that lead. Island Sonnet down along the rail. There by the first half, 58 and 4. Shrewd Businessman on the outside. Island Sonnet is into. Swift Storm now up 3 on the outside. Dynamite Treasure in 4. Lonesome Monster is 5. Dusty Davy, Priceless Eagle, and Alan C. Down. They're bunching up as they approach that 3 quarters. Shrewd Businessman along the rail. Swift Storm is 2 on the outside. Lonesome Monster now up 3 on the far outside. 3 quarters, 1, 30 and 2. They're 7 in a bunch as they reach the 7/8 and head for home. Swift Storm in between horses now drives for the top. Down along the rail, Shrewd Businessman, Lonesome Monster on the outside. Alan C. Down 6 wide as they come racing for the wire. Swift Storm, Shrewd Businessman at the wire. It's going to be Swift Storm, Shrewd Businessman, Priceless Eagle up for 3. Island Sonnet was 6. Number 3, Dynamite Treasure was 7. Number 4, Shrewd Businessman 2. Number 5, Priceless Eagle was 3. Number 6, Alan C. Down was 5. Number 7, Dusty Davy was 8. Number 8, Lonesome Monster was 4. From the top down reads 167.23.584. They were at the quarter in 29 seconds. The half was 58 and 4. 3/4 130 and 2 with a mile in 2:02 and 4. In race number 2, number 3 Dynamite Treasure was claimed by Tim Merzetti.
What was this?
Parade for race number 3. It's the second A Division Atlantic Sire Stakes. Number 1, Skylar's Dancer, Mary Rafferty of Winslow, the owner. Gary McDonald driving. 2, Double Crosstown, owned by Arsenault, Kenny, Bonnell, and Smith, with Phil Pinckney driving. Number 3, Perfect Jaguar, Carl Bagnall and Dixie Lynn McKay, the owners. Emmons McKay driving. Bird of Flight is number 4, Gerald Verge, the owner. Driver Bernard McCollum. Number 5, GL Colombo, owner Iva Much, the driver Jack Bernard. And number 6, rounding out the field for race 3, is How It's Overtime, owned by Teed and Jameson. Ivan Jameson will do the driving. And again, those are the starters in race number 3. It's our second A Division of the Atlantic Sire Stakes for 2-year-old pacing colts this afternoon.
Bernard and How It's Overtime with Ivan Jameson. It is at the head of the stretch. Here they come. They're offhand as they leave the wire. Skylar's Dancer drives to the lead, racing for that first turn. Perfect Jaguar moves along in 2. GL Colombo is 3. Bird of Flight now moves up to be 4. Double Cross Town is in 5. How It's Overtime 6 as they straighten into the backstretch, heading for the quarter with Skylar's Dancer. Bird of Flight now flies up on the outside, now challenging for 2 as they race for the first quarter. Skylar's Dancer, Bird of Flight now 2 on the outside. Perfect Jaguar is in 3. GL Colombo is 4. Double Cross Town and How It's Overtime. Thereby the first quarter 29 and 4. Skylar's Dancer with the lead. Bird of Flight is 2 on the outside. Perfect Jaguar is in 3. GL Colombo is 4. Double Cross Town in 5. How It's Overtime 6 as they come racing down the stretch for that first half with Skylar's Dancer. Bird of Flight 2 on the outside. Perfect Jaguar is in 3. Thereby the first half 1 minute and 1/5. It's Skylar's Dancer. Bird of Flight still 2 on the outside. Perfect Jaguar is in 3. GL Colombo is 4. How It's Overtime 5. Double Cross Town is 6. They race on for the 3/4. It's still Skylar's Dancer. Bird of Flight 2 on the outside. Perfect Jaguar is in 3. GL Colombo is 4. Double Cross Town is 5 and off stride. How It's Overtime. 3/4 was 1:32. Bird of Flight now noses to the front on the outside. Skylar's Dancer is 2. Perfect Jaguar swings out 3 wide. Up between horses, GL Colombo. They come racing for the wire. It's Bird of Flight. GL Colombo down on the inside. Up on the far outside. Double Cross Town. At the wire. Double Cross Town. GL Colombo. Bird of Flight. Got a Tender Heart. Bred by Hugh Baird, owned by J.F. Arsenault, B.F. Kennedy, P.W. Bunnell, and M.W. Smith. Driven by Phil Pinckney to a maiden mark of 203-1, winning his division of the Atlantic Sire Stakes for 2-year-old pacing colts. Fredericton Raceway would like to welcome the 1999 Gold Cup and Saucer Girls from Charlottetown Driving Park, who are on hand here today to assist in the cooler presentation here in race number 3. Please welcome Yulana Walsh, Leslie Hambley, Carrie Lanigan, Melanie Rossiter, Krista McLean, Sandra Creed, Melissa Crane, and Carrie Hayes, the 1999 Gold Cup and Saucer Girls. Just a reminder that Old Home Week starts next weekend with the Gold Cup trials set for Saturday night and Monday. The finalists will compete in the Gold Cup and Saucer on Saturday night, August 14th. Looks like another great week of harness racing in Charlottetown. Next weekend, Fredericton Raceway will be simulcasting from Meadowlands and Woodbine Friday night at 8:30. Saturday afternoon at 12:30, we'll be simulcasting the Hamiltonian from the Meadowlands. And on Saturday night, we'll be simulcasting from Woodbine at 8:30 and the Gold Cup and Saucer Trial 1 at 7:30 from Charlottetown.
We've got winning driver Phil Pinckney here in the winner's circle, and Phil, this is a colt making his first lifetime start to win an A stake event, first time out. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
Results of race number 3 now
pretty nice
official.
colt. He's a big, strong colt, and the boys at Bruce Kennedy and the group has done a good job with him. He was kind of a hyper colt, and now he's starting to relax, but he's a strong horse, and everything goes good for him, stays healthy. They'll probably know he's around for the summer's out.
Obviously, Bruce had to know what kind of a colt he had on his hands to enter him in an A stake right off the bat.
Yeah, he spent a lot of time with him. We schooled him a lot, and we trained him a lot, and he's qualified a couple times, and he's been behind the gate schooling probably 8 or 10 times and qualified twice, and trained him pretty good, and they put a lot of good work on him, and they had to stop there for a while in the summer and have him gelded early in the summer. He was pretty aggressive, but now he's just getting so relaxed, and I got him off the pace there. I know I kind of got him out of the action there for a while, but I said, well, we better try to learn him to race, but he's strong, and there's no end to him, so if he learns to go fast enough, he can go far enough, I think.
Yeah, and just quickly, your thoughts on the race. You were a long way off at the half. At that point, were you still confident, though?
Well, I didn't know. I felt I had lots of horse left, but, he's so green. He's, like you say, he's first start, in the things, and he's not race-wise, and he's kind of a big horse, and you get him fired up, then you have a handful, and I didn't want him to go out and make any mistakes. I wanted him to race good. I kind of went to sleep coming to the half here. I should have been out behind Bernard McCollum there with that colt of his, and I got crapped in behind a dead horse, and I'm mad at myself for that. And but anyway, it turned out the outcome was pretty good, and I know they're a great group, these guys. That, they're just people that work every day and have this colt and do a great job.
Super. All right, congratulations, Phil. Good luck the rest of the season. Yeah. All right, let's swing it back now for the post parade coming up next.
We're taking a look at the starters in this afternoon's 4th race at Fredericton Raceway. Number 1 is Star Cinder, owned by James Warren. Ed Harvey is the driver. Number 2, Tralula Finesse, owned and driven by Mike Downey of Upper Kingsclear. 3 is Bear Island Ben, owned by Gerald Goodine. Steve Mahar is in the bike. Next is number 4, Sandra E. Down, Milton Downey the owner. Steve Mason drives. There's the 5, Nan's Pretty Boy, Gordy Hennessy driving for Ray Frazier of Moncton. 6 is Seawind Calvero, Jimmy Smith the owner. Note the driver change to Gilberto. Mark Grant was parading. Gilberto will drive the 6. Number 7 has been scratched. Number 8 is Maggie Fiddler. Mike Campbell drives for Theodore and Don Bremner. There are your starters. The scratch of the 7 leaves a field of 7. Triactor and Quinella win, place, and show wagering on the 4th from Fredericton Raceway. Phil Pinkney and Greg had a great chat with Phil talking about that trip in 2:03.1. Perfect Jaguar was 4th. Bird of Flight 3rd. GL Colombo finished 2nd. And Howitt's Overtime was 6th. So once again from the top down, 5, 1, 4, 3, 2, and 6 in the 3rd race.
Bear Island Ben with Steve Mahar. Sandra E. Down with Steve Mason. Nan's Pretty Boy with Gordy Hennessy. Seawind Calvero with Gilberto. Maggie Fiddler with Mike Campbell. Gate is at the head of the stretch. Here they come. They're off in as they leave the wire. It's Star Cinder down along the rail racing for that first turn. Tralala Finesse moves along in 2. Nan's Pretty Boy is up 3 on the outside. Seawind Calvero 4. Star Cinder goes off stride. Causes confusion. They head up the backstretch for that first quarter. It's Nan's Pretty Boy now with that lead. Seawind Calvero is in at 2. Tralala Finesse is a 3. Sandra E. Down in 4. Bear Island Ben is a 5. They're by the quarter, 31-1. Racing in the barn turn first time round. It's Nan's Pretty Boy. Seawind Calvero is in 2. Sandra E. Down out and driving 3 on the outside. Maggie Finesse now following cover 4 on the outside. Tralala Finesse is in a 5. Bear Island Ben 6 as they reach that first half. They're by the half, 103 racing on for the 5/8. Nan's Pretty Boy. Sandra E. Down up 2 on the outside. Seawind Calvero is in a 3. Maggie Finesse is 4 on the outside. Bear Island Ben 5. Tralala Finesse 6. They race on for the 3 quarters. Sandra E. Down now up and taking that lead. Maggie Fiddler drives 2 on the outside. Bear Island Ben follows along in a 3. Nan's Pretty Boy is 4. Seawind Calvero. Tralala Finesse. 3 quarters of 1:35-1. It's Sandra E. Down. Maggie Fiddler 2 on the outside. Bear Island Ben in 3. Seawind Calvero is a 4. Nan's Pretty Boy and Tralala Finesse. They swing for home. Sandra E. Down. Maggie Fiddler. Bear Island Ben. They come racing to the wire. At the wire, it's going to be Sandra E. Down. Bear Island Ben. Maggie Fiddler. We remind you, do not tear up any mutual tickets. There will be an inquiry. Now back to the winner's circle, number 4, Sandra E. Down, a 3-year-old brown filly by Quick Comeback out of Loy Down, owned by Milton Downey of St. John, driven by Steve Mason, to a maiden mark of 2:05-4. Number 2, Tralala Finesse was 6. Number 3, Bear Island Ben was 2. Number 4, Sandra E. Down, your race winner. Number 5, Nan's Pretty Boy was 5. Number 6, Ewan Calvero was 4. Number 7 had been scratched. Number 8, Maggie Fiddler was 3. From the top down reads, did not finish, 6, 2, 1, 5, 4, scratch 3. There it's quarter 31 and 1, the half 103, 3/4 135 and 1 with a mile in 205 and 4.
Money, it's Mike Downey driving for owner Dave Khalil. Number 2, Breeze, owner Aubrey Webster, driver Brian McPhee. TT at number 3, Claire McDonald up for the owner Betty Hicken. Number 4, Seawind Cover Girl, Stefan DeCourcy the owner, driver Gordy Hennessy. Number 5, Nanu, owner is Whiff Miles, the driver Gilles Barrio. Number 6, Charlotte's Abbey, Rod Jameson up for the owners Snow, O'Coin, and Jones. And completing the field here in the 5th race, number 7, Don't Let Me Down, owner Milton Downey, the driver is Steve Mason. Field of 7 going postward here in the upcoming 5th race. Again, it's the B division of the Atlantic Sire Stakes for 2-year-old filly pacers. Post time is in 7 minutes.
The starter has the horses of race number 5, the Atlantic Sire Stakes 2-year-old pacing fillies in the B division, going for $2,200. We have DJ's Bunny with Mike Downey, Breeze with Brian McPhee, Tatia with Claire McDonald, Seawind Cover Girl with Gordy Hennessy, Nanu with Gilles Barrio, Charlotte's Abbey with Rod Jameson, Don't Let Me Down with Steve Mason. Gate is at the head of the stretch, and here they come. They're off, and as they leave the wire, it's Seawind Cover Girl going for that lead, racing into the first turn. Charlotte's Abbey up on the outside. Charlotte's Abbey now takes that lead. Seawind Cover Girl is in 2, Breeze is 3, Tatia moving 4 on the outside. Don't Let Me Down is in the 5, DJ's Bunny 6. Off stride is Nanu as they race on for that first quarter. It's Charlotte's on the outside. Seawind Cover Girl in 3. Breeze is 4. Don't Let Me Down in 5. DJ's Bunny and Nanu. They're by the first quarter, 30 and 4. They swing off the 3/8 now, heading for the half. It's Charlotte's Abbey with that lead. Seawind Cover Girl is in 2. Breeze up and driving 3 on the outside. Tatia is in 4. Don't Let Me Down 5. DJ's Bunny and Nanu as they reach the half. In 101 and 3. Racing on for the 5/8. It's Charlotte's Abbey. Breeze now drives up 2 on the outside. Seawind Cover Girl is in 3. Tatia is in 4. Don't Let Me Down in 5. DJ's Bunny and Nanu. Racing on for the 3/4. It's still Charlotte's Abbey. Breeze in 2. Tatia now up to be 3. Seawind Cover Girl is in 4. 3/4 of 133 and 1. It's still Charlotte's Abbey. Tatia now up and driving 2 on the outside. Breeze in 3. Seawind Cover Girl is 4. Don't Let Me Down in 5. DJ's Bunny and Nanu, they swing for home. It's Charlotte's Abbey. They come racing to the wire. It's going to be Charlotte's Abbey, Tatia, Breeze. Wood Abe out of Charlotte's Vesey, bred by Alfred Moeller, owned by G.W. Snow of Sydney, C.F. O'Coyne of New Waterford, and C.A. Jones, driven by Rod Jameson to a maiden mark of 2:03 and 1. Results of race number 5, now official. Number 1, DJ's Bunny was 6. Number 2, Breeze was 3. Number 3, Tatia was 2. Number 4, Seawind Cover Girl was 4. Number 5, Nanu was 7. Number 6, Charlotte's Abbey, your race winner. Number 7, Don't Let Me Down, was 5. From the top down reads 6:32:47:15. There it's quarter 30 and 4, the half 1:01 and 3, 3/4 1:33 and 1 with a mile in 2:03 and 1.
And now on the track, parading of the starters in this afternoon's 6th race, non-winners of 4 pari-mutuel races, lifetime handicap. There's number 1, Bonavista Bay. Steve Mahar will do the driving for the owner, Sandra Foley. Number 2, Sid Sill Girl, Don Bishop owned, Gilles Barrio driving. The 3, Cross Creek Mac, owner is Ralph Miles, driver Mike Downey. Number 4, Cookies Thunder, Todd Treitz aboard for the owner, Mel Land. Number 5, Skip the Run, owner is Wayne Webby, Mark Webby drives. 6, Northwind Zephyr, owners are Don and Theodore Bremner, Gordy Hennessy aboard. The 7 is Milwaukee Iron, owner is Greg Hunt, and driver Mike Campbell. And rounding out the field, number 8, sales assistant Tim Marzadi, catch driving for the owner, Brian Foster. Field of 8 going postward in race number 6. Post time for the 6th race is in 7 minutes at 3:08.
Steve Mahar, Sid Sill Girl with Gilles Barrio, Cross Creek Mac with Mike Downey, Cookies Thunder with Todd Treitz, Skip the Run with Mark Webby, Northwind Zephyr with Gordy Hennessy, Milwaukee Iron with Mike Campbell, sales assistant with Tim Merzetti. Gate is at the head of the stretch. Here they come. They're off, and as they leave the wire, Cookies Thunder drives to the top, racing into that first turn. Sid Sill Girl into driving up now to be 2 go Skip the Run as they race around the first turn. Cookies Thunder with the lead. Skip the Run into Sid Sill Girl is 3. Cross Creek Mac in 4. Milwaukee Iron is in 5. Northwind Zephyr in 6. Sales Assistant is 7, and after a break, Bonavista Bay 8. They race by that first quarter with Cookies Thunder. Out from 2 goes Skip the Run. They're by the first quarter 31 and 3. Racing in the barn turn first time round. It's Skip the Run with the lead. Cookies Thunder in 2. Sid Sill Girl now out from 3. Cross Creek Mac is in 4. Moving 5 on the outside as they come down the stretch for the half is Northwind Zephyr. They reach the first half. Skip the Run. They're by the half 1:02 and 1. Racing on for the 5/8 with Skip the Run. Cookies Thunder in 2. Sid Sill Girl is 3 on the outside. Cross Creek Mac in 4. Northwind Zephyr is in 5. Milwaukee Iron 6. Sales Assistant and Bonavista Bay. They race on for the 3/4. Skip the Run. Cookies Thunder is in 2. They go by that 3/4 with Skip the Run. 3/4, 132 and 1 with Skip the Run. Cookies Thunder now out to challenge from 2. Cross Creek Mac is in 3. Sid Silgirl is a 4. Sales Assistant 5 as they come racing down the stretch. It's Skip the Run, Cookies Thunder, Cross Creek Mac. They come to the wire and it's going to be Skip the Run, Cookies Thunder, Cross Creek Mac. Time for the mile, 2:02. Followed by Run the Table out of Ms. Abskip. Owned by Wayne Webby of Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, driven by Mark Webby. Time for the mile, 2:02. Results of race number 3, Cross Creek Mac was 3. Number 4, Cookies Thunder was 2. Number 5, Skip the Run, your race winner. Number 6, Northwind Zephyr was 4. Number 7, Milwaukee Iron was 7. Number 8, Sales Assistant was 5. From the top down reads 8, 6, 3, 2, 1, 4, 7, 5. There it's quarter 31 and 3, the half 102 and 1, 3/4 132 and 1 with a mile in 2:02.
M. Down, the owner, Milton Downey of St. John. Mike Downey does the driving. Next is the 2, Peter T. Down. Bob Shannon of Fredericton owns. Charlie Miles will be the driver. 3, Conspicuous Colleen, owned and driven by Dave Baldwin of St. John. Next is the 4, Reason to Cheer, owned by Susan Irvin of Burt's Corner. Note the driver change to Claire McDonald. 5, Westar, entered by the Williamson Stables and Bob McMullen. Gordy Hennessy drives, Bill Watts parades. 6 is Golden Bridle, owned by Sandra Foley of Fredericton, Steve Mahar in the bike. Next is the 8, Steal a Dream, owned by Jimmy Smith of Fredericton, Gilles Berriot driving. And also out for post parade, number 7, Little Miss Jack, owned by Terry and Judy Quinnell of Fredericton. Note the driver change to Todd Treitz. Todd Treitz will drive the 7, Little Miss Jack, in race number 7. Again, a conditioned event for a purse of $575, less than 5 minutes before post time on race 7 from Fredericton.
Colleen with David Baldwin. Reason to Cheer with Claire McDonald. Westar with Gordy Hennessy. Golden Bridle with Steve Mahar. Little Miss Jack with Todd Treitz, and Steal a Dream with Gilles Berriot. Gate is at the head of the stretch. Here they come. They're off hand as they leave the wire. Peter T. Down drives for the top. Reason to Cheer up on the outside as they race into that turn. It's a Reason to Cheer now moving on to the top. Peter T. Down in at 2. Golden Bridle drives up 3, now 2, now challenges for the top as they race on for the first quarter. Golden Bridle now to the top. Reason to Cheer in 2. Peter T. Down is 3. Kyle M. Down is in 4. Little Miss Jack is 5. Steal a Dream is in 6. Westar 7 on the outside. Conspicuous Colleen 8. They're by the first quarter, 30 and 2. It's Golden Bridle. Reason to Cheer is in 2. Peter T. Down 3. Kyle M. Down now moves from 4. Little Miss Jack is in 5. Westar moves 6 on the outside. Steal a Dream 7. Conspicuous Colleen 8 as they come to that first half with Golden Bridle. There by the half, 1 minute and 4/5. Racing on for the 5/8, Golden Bridle. Reason to Cheer close at 2. Peter T down in 3. Kyle M down is 4. Little Miss Jack, West Star, Steal a Dream, and Conspicuous Colleen racing on for that 3/4. It's still Golden Bridle. Reason to Cheer is close at 2. Now out to challenge by that 3/4. In 1:32 and 3. Reason to Cheer now moves to the top. Golden Bridle is in 2. Kyle M down is 3. West Star moves 4 on the outside. They swing off the 7/8 now, head for home. Reason to Cheer, Golden Bridle, West Star, Kyle M down. They come racing to the wire. Reason to Cheer at the wire. It's going to be Reason to Cheer, West Star, Golden Bridle. Time for the mile, 2:03 and 4. Number 4, Reason to Cheer, a 4-year-old brown mare by Harrods out of Ebony Trim. Owned by Susan Irvin of Burt's Corner, driven by Claire McDonald to a new lifetime mark of 2:03 and 4. Seven now official. Number 1, Kyle M down was 4. Number 2, Peter T down was 8. Number 3, Conspicuous Colleen was 7. Number 4, Reason to Cheer, your race winner. Number 5, West Star was 2. Number 6, Golden Bridle was 3. Number 7, Little Miss Jack was 6. Number 8, Steal a Dream was 5. From the top down reads 4, 8, 7, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5. There at the quarter, 30 and 2. The half, 1 minute and 4/5. 3/4, 1:32 and 3 with a mile in 2:03 and 4.
Owned and driven by Percy Jones of Temperancevale. Next is the 2, March Along Down. Gerald Bishop owns. Gilles Berriot will do the driving. 3, Dusty Lane JD, owned and driven by Todd Scott of New Maryland. Next is number 4, Spudland Striker, Steve Mahar driving for the Briggs Stable of Wicklow. Number 5, KR Quest, entered by Earl Fram of Kingston. Gordy Hennessy will be the driver. 6 is Lot Like Mel, Todd Trites drives, Mel Land of Hopewell Cape, the owner. Next is number 7, J.L. Cook. Tim Merzetti owns and drives. And the 8 entry, Colsistar, owned by Don and Theodore Bremner of Gemseg. Mike Campbell is the driver. Race number 8, a conditioned event for a purse of $800. We have a field of 8 starters. Win, Place, and Show, Triactor, and Quinella Features are selling, and less than 8 minutes before post time. You want some numbers?
The starter has the horses for race number 8. We have Island Stargaze with Percy Jones, March Along Down with Gilles Berriot, Dusty Lane JD with Todd Scott, Spudland Striker with Steve Mahar, KR Quest with Gordy Hennessy, Lot Like Mel with Todd Trites, J.L. Cook with Tim Merzetti, and Colsistar with Mike Campbell. Gate is at the head of the stretch. Here they come. They're off and as they leave the wire on the outside. Spudland Striker driving for the lead. Down along the rail, march along down. Spudland Striker goes off stride in the turn. It's march along down with that lead. KR Quest now moves along in 2. Dusty Lane JD moves to be 3 with Lot Like Mel 4 on the outside. Island Stargaze in 5. Colsa Star is in 6. JL Cook 7. Spudland Striker 8 as they race by that first quarter. KR Quest now to the top. They're by the quarter in 31 seconds. They're racing in the barn turn first time round. It's KR Quest, march along down in 2. Lot Like Mel 3 on the outside. Dusty Lane JD is in 4 along the rail. Island Stargaze is in 5. Colsa Star is 6, JL Cook in 7, and Spudland Striker 8 as they come to that first half with KR Quest. They're by the half 101 racing on for the 5/8. It's KR Quest, march along down in 2. Dusty Lane JD is a 3. Lot Like Mel is 4 on the outside. Island Stargaze in 5. Colsa Star is 6. JL Cook and Spudland Striker, they race on for the 3 quarters with KR Quest. March along down is in 2. Dusty Lane JD is 3. Up between horses, Colsa Star moves to the rush now 4. They're into the barn turn, final time round. 3 quarters 01:32. March along down now, drives to the top. They swing off the 7/8 heading for home. March along down. KR Quest, a bunch of confusion in the backfield as they race for the wire. March along down all by himself. Island Stargaze is in 2. Up on the outside, Spudland Striker. They come to the wire. It's going to be march along down. Island Stargaze, Spudland Striker. We remind you, do not tear up any mutual tickets. There will be an inquiry here in race number 8. Owned by Gerald Bishop of Fredericton, driven by Gilles Barrio. Time for the mile, 2:03. You never see him on top except when Gilles driving. Mike pulls him right to that. Number 2, march along down, your race winner. Number 3, Dusty Lane JD, finish 8, place 7. Number 4, Spudland Striker, finished 3, placed 8th for interference in the first turn. Number 5, KR Quest, finished 7, placed 6. Number 6, Lot Like Mel, finished 4, placed 3. Number 7, JL Cook, finished 6, placed 5. Number 8, Colsa Star, finished 5, placed 4. From the top of your card down, the finished placings would read 2, 1, 7, 8, 6, 3, 5, 4. They're at the quarter 31 seconds, the half 101, 3 quarters 132 with a mile in 2:03. Race number 9, the Atlantic Sire Stakes 2-year-old pacing fillies in the A division. Going for $7,000, we have Lotto Money with Rod Jameson. Acton Flirty with Walter Chevery. The Scarlet Terror with Bernard McCallum. Island You Got It with Calvin McQuarrie. Seawind Ruby with Earl Smith. Runabout Girl with Len McGuigan. And Island Update with Albert Bernard. Gate is at the head of the stretch. Here they come. They're off, and as they leave the wire, the Scarlet Terror drives for the lead, racing for that first turn up along the rail. Lotto Money racing in the turn. Lotto Money and the Scarlet Terror. Acton Flirty moves along now to be 3 with Island You Got It in 4. Seawind Ruby is a 5. Runabout Girl is in 6, and Island Update 7 racing on for that first quarter. It's the Scarlet Terror with that lead. Lotto Money is in 2 by the first quarter in 30-1. Acton Flirty moves along in 3. Island You Got It is 4. Seawind Ruby is in 5. Runabout Girl is 6, and Island Update is 7. They swing off the 3/8 now, heading for the half. It's the Scarlet Terror with that lead. Lotto Money is in 2, Acton Flirty 3. Seawind Ruby now moving 4 on the outside. Island You Got It is in 5. Runaround Girl is 6. Off stride goes the Scarlet Terror. Lotto Money now moves on to the top. Seawind Ruby 2 on the outside. Acton Flirty in 3. Runabout Girl is a 4. They're by the half, 101-1. It's a Lotto Money. Acton Flirty is in 2. Seawind Ruby is 3. Island You Got It is in 4. Runabout Girl is 5. Island Update and the Scarlet Terror. 3/4, 133-1. It's a Lotto Money off the 7/8 heading for home. Acton Flirty in 2. Seawind Ruby is 3 on the outside. Lotto Money, Acton Flirty, Seawind Ruby, they come racing to the wire. It's going to be Lotto Money, Acton Flirty, Seawind Ruby. Time for the mile, 2:04.
Okay, I'm joined now by Rod Jameson, winning driver there in race 9, her first A division this afternoon. Lotto Money, now 3 for 4, very impressive. First of all, Rod, let's talk about the break going into the turn the second time, the horse in front of you. A pretty good job getting around that. Were you wary of that? The filly did show a break last time.
Well, she did show a break, and going in the first turn, leaving it, she got pretty rough. And so I just kind of stayed back, length and a half off her, and just let her go her own way and kept an eye on her.
Now, when you were able to get around that, clearly, were you pretty confident at that stage?
Well, yeah, this mare's raced big. She raced big last week, or 2 weeks ago. Parked all the ways and win 2-1. So, but she hadn't raced in a couple of weeks. So, yeah, she seemed good, and she's a nice mare to drive. So.
And looking at the time today, certainly not as fast as last time. And you were talking about that prior to us going on here, that it's kind of nice to be able to sneak one in 2:04 going for this kind of money, because it is a long road.
Oh, a long, hard road. Like, she's got a long ways to go yet. So, but the accident kind of slowed things down there when the horse made a break. But still, it's nice to win in 2:04 if you can, and save it, because it's going to be a long summer. She's going to have to go in 2 minutes before it's over.
Great. Congratulations, Rod. Continued good luck with Lotto Money the rest of the way.
Thanks very much.
All right, let's take it back now. We're going to have a look at the replay. It's 10th of 12 here at Fredericton Raceway. There's number 1, Prime Grand. The owner is Brian Foster, and the driver is Mike Downey. Number 2, Riverly Sunset, Tim Marzetti aboard for Janice Hubbard. Number 3, Hillview Jenna, Mel Land, the owner, Todd Treitz aboard. Number 4, Dreams Can Come True, Giselle Bernard and Allison Glynn, the owners. Gordy Hennessy driving. Number 5 is Tucson Light. Owner is Shirley Lewis. Jeff Lewis will steer. Number 6, the Free-Legged Rambo Derby. Owner Robert O'Brien, Jill Barrio aboard. Number 7, Burton Abbey. It's Steve Mahar driving for Doug Hildebrand. And completing the field is number 8, Praying Mattis. It's Gary McDonald driving for David Carmichael. Field of 8 going postward in race 10. There's Triactor and Quinella wagering on race 10, less than 6 minutes until post time.
Sunset with Tim Merzetti. Hillview Jenna with Todd Trites. Dreams Can Come True with Gordy Hennessy. Tucson Light with Jeff Lewis. Rambo Derby with Gilles Barrio. Birdton Abbey with Steve Mahar, and Praying Mattis with Gary MacDonald. Gate is at the head of the stretch. Here they come. They're off, and as they leave the wire, it's Prime Grand down along the rail. Riverly Sunset moves 2 on the outside. Hillview Jenna up 3 wide, racing in the turn. It's Prime Grand.
Yeah, we're going.
Birdton Abbey now moves along to be 2. Hillview Jenna up 3 on the outside. Riverly Sunset is 4 on the outside. Down along the rail in 5. Dreams Can Come True. They race on for the first quarter. It's Prime Grand by the quarter. Hillview Jenna 2 on the outside. Birdton Abbey in 3 along the rail. Dreams Can Come True in 4. Praying Mattis now on the move, 5 on the outside. They're by the first quarter in 30 seconds. They swing off the 3/8 now, heading for the half. It's Prime Grand. Hillview Jenna up 2 on the outside. Birdton Abbey is in 3. Following cover 4 on the outside, Praying Mattis. 5 along the rail, Dreams Can Come True. Riverly Sunset. Rambo Derby and Tucson Light by the half in 1 minute. They race on for the 3 quarters, Prime Grand. Birdton Abbey is in 2. Hillview Jenna is 3 on the outside. Praying Mattis up 3 wide and driving on. It's Prime Grand. Praying Mattis now 2 on the outside. Birdton Abbey in 3. Hillview Jenna is 4. Rambo Derby 5 on the outside. Dreams Can Come True in 6. 3 quarters in 1:31. It's still Prime Grand. Birdton Abbey is in 2. Hillview Jenna 3. They swing for home. Prime Grand, Birdton Abbey. Up on the far outside comes Rambo Derby. It's Birdton Abbey, Prime Grand at the wire. It's going to be Birdton Abbey. Looks like Rambo Derby, then Prime Grand. There'll be a photo. Time for the mile, 2:02 and 4. Now back to the winner's circle, number 7, Birdton Abbey, a 5-year-old brown mare by Sherwood Abe out of Battletown Bow. Owned by Doug Hildebrand of Fredericton, driven by Steve Mahar. Time for the mile, 2:02 and 4. Results of race number 10 are official. Number 1, Prime Grand was 3. Number 2, Riverly Sunset was 6. Number 3, Hillview Jenna was 5. Number 4, Dreams Can Come True was 7. Number 5, Tucson Light was 4. Number 6, Rambo Derby was 2. Number 7, Birdton Abbey, your race winner. Number 8, Praying Mattis was 8. From the top down, 3-6-5, 7-4-2, 1-8. There it's quarter 30 seconds, the half in a minute. 3 quarters 1:31 with a mile in 2:02 and 4.
Colts for a purse of $7,000. Number 1, Denacton Colby, owned by Charlie Calhoun and Alton Bustard of Woodstock. Steve Mahar is in the bike. Next is number 2, Star Step. Wayne Webby of Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, the owner. Mark Webby drives. 3 is Woodmere Dropper, owned by Mel Willis, Glyden Willis, and Orville Willis. Gary McDonald drives the 3 Woodmere Dropper. Number 4, Dakota Express, owned and driven by Calvin McCory of Winslow. Next is number 5, Woodmere Duster. Danny McDonald drives for the Grand Legacy Stable of Charlottetown. Number 6, Remo, owned by Elmo Casey of Cocan. Gilles Berriot steers. The 7 is Harry's Behaven, owned by Robert Lavat of Sydney, Nova Scotia. Note the driver change to Claire McDonald. 7 starters in the A division of the Atlantic Sires Stakes for 2-year-old pacing colts, win, place, and show betting, along with Triactor and Quinella features, with 6 minutes before post time.
The starter has the horses of race number 11. Atlantic Sire Stakes 2-year-old pacing colts in the A division, going for $7,000. We have Dunacton Colby with Steve Mahar, Star Step with Mark Webby, Woodmere Dropper with Gary McDonald, Dakota Express with Cal McQuarrie, Woodmere Duster with Danny McDonald, Remo with Gilles Berriot, and Harry's Behaven with Claire McDonald. Gate is at the head of the stretch. Here they come. They're off in as they lead the wire. Dunacton Colby drives to the top, racing for that first turn. Woodmere Dropper moves along in 2. Woodmere Dropper goes off stride and puts Harry's Behaven off stride. They straighten into the backstretch, heading for the quarter. Dunacton Colby with that lead. Dakota Express moves along in at 2. Woodmere Duster in 3. Remo is 4. Woodmere Dropper is in 5. Harry's Behaven 6. And after a break, Star Step trails. They're by the first quarter in 31 seconds. They race into the barn turn first time round with Dunacton Colby. Dakota Express in 2. Remo now starts to wind up from 3. Woodmere Duster in 4 along the rail. Following cover, Woodmere Dropper, 5 on the outside. Harry's Behaven 6. Star Step now catches the field 7th as they come racing to the half. They're at the half with Dunacton Colby. Remo now 2 on the outside. They're by the half, 101 and 2. Racing for the 5/8. Dunacton Colby. Remo 2 on the outside. Dakota Express is in 3. Woodmere Dropper 4 on the outside. Woodmere Duster in 5. Harry's Behaven 6 and Star Step 7. They race on to the 3 quarters. Dunacton Colby still in control down along the rail. Remo is 2 on the outside. He's had enough by the look of it as they race into the barn turn. Final time round. 3 quarters of 131. Remo goes off stride. They swing off the 7/8. It's Dunacton Colby. Dakota Express brings out from 2 and drives to the top. They race for home, Dakota Express. Dunacton Colby, Woodmere Duster, Harry's Behaven. At the wire, it's going to be Dakota Express. Dunacton Colby, Woodmere Duster. Matter of money out of Lisa Battles. Bred, trained, owned, and driven by Cal McQuarrie. Dakota Express steps to a new lifetime mark of 202 and 1. Results of race number 11 now official. Number 1, Dunacton Colby was 2. Number 2, Star Step was 7. Number 3, Woodmere Dropper was 6. Number 4, Dakota Express, your race winner. Number 5, Woodmere Duster was 3. Number 6, Remo was 5. Number 7, Harry's Behaven was 4. From the top down reads 2, 7, 6, 1, 3, 5, 4. There it's quarter in 31 seconds, the half 101 and 2. 3/4 131 with a mile in 202 and 1.
We're trackside with owner, trainer, and driver Calvin McCory, a big winner with Dakota Express today, lighting up the tote board with a $52.90 win ticket pay. But Calvin, this horse hasn't missed the top 3 since you've started racing him. You've got to be very pleased with the way he's performed as a 2-year-old.
Yeah, I raised this colt, and I'm really happy with him. It's that's my first stakes win.
That's a great feeling.
It is, yeah, especially with one you raise.
Why is that such a more gratifying experience for you with a horse that you've known since he was born the way you have with this fella?
Well, I had his mother, and I picked the stallion to go with her, so I guess it's just feeling of accomplishment.
And I was really impressed with the horse's performance, especially with all of the action around you. There were other horses having trouble making some miscues during the mile, and your horse was steady the whole way.
Well, we've trained in sets all winter, and I think it really helped. You know, we've trained 3 of them together all winter, and it's that Island You Got It and Skylar's Dancer, we all trained together all winter, and it really seemed to help them. So they're kind of experienced now, so it takes away some of the thrills when you get into the races.
That's fantastic. We will see you next at Charlottetown.
Charlottetown's the next stop if everything goes right, and thank you very much.
Okay, that's Calvin McCory. Thank you and congratulations. Dakota Express, the winner here in the A Division competition for the Atlantic Sire Stakes in the Colts.